froze up, aren't you?
Yeah.
Me too. Well, are you ready to answer the call of the wild?
Yes.
Okay, a little weak, but we'll take it. I know, it's cold. Whew. I thought I was in Florida. Where am I?
Yeah.
You brought the cold with you.
My name is Sharon, and I am here with some wild animals for you to meet. We've got some wolves here. 10 to be exact. They range in age from about 7 months up to 12 years old. Now, wolves are probably one of the most misunderstood animals on the planet Earth today. And that's because we start to learn about them at a very young age in stories like Little Red Riding Hood and the Big Bad Wolf, The Three Little Pigs and the Big Bad Wolf, and it goes on and on, always portraying them as that big bad wolf. But you know what? That's not who they are. They're really a very special animal. And I don't know why that just left me there. I guess that's a senior moment. Oh, yes. Are you froze too? Yes. And we think of them as competition for the food source. And our solution to that problem? Kill them. Get rid of them. Well, we know that's not right. We share the planet Earth with all forms of life, and it's our responsibility to take care of the animals as well as the environment. You know, wolves play a very important part in our ecosystem. They are one of the top predators. And just for you folks to hear how important, we'd like you to listen to a little presentation. It's just a couple of minutes long, but it's going to tell you what happened when they brought the wolves back to Yellowstone Park and the amazing transformation that took place there just because they brought wolves back. And if you do have negative thoughts about them, this just might change your mind. So please listen, and then I'm going to bring them out for you to meet. Thank you.
One of the most exciting scientific findings of the past half-century has been the discovery of widespread trophic cascades. A trophic cascade is an ecological process which starts at the top of the food chain and tumbles all the way down to the bottom. And the classic example is what happened in the Yellowstone National Park in the United States when wolves were reintroduced in 1995. Now, we all know that wolves kill various species of animals, but perhaps we're slightly less aware that they give life to many others. Before the wolves turned up, they'd been absent for 70 years, but the numbers of deer, because there was nothing to hunt them, had built up and built up in the Yellowstone Park, and despite efforts by humans to control them, they'd managed to reduce much of the vegetation there to almost nothing. They just grazed it away. But as soon as the wolves arrived, even though they were few in number, they started to have the most remarkable effects. First, of course, they killed some of the deer, but that wasn't the major thing. Much more significantly, they radically changed the behavior of the deer. The deer started avoiding certain parts of the park, the places where they could be trapped most easily, particularly the valleys and the gorges. And immediately those places started to regenerate. In some areas, the height of the trees quintupled in just 6 years. Bare valley sides quickly became forests of aspen and willow and cottonwood. And as soon as that happened, the birds started moving in. The number of songbirds and migratory birds started to increase greatly. The number of beavers started to increase because beavers like to eat the trees. And beavers, like wolves, are ecosystem engineers. They create niches for other species. And the dams they built in the rivers provided habitats for otters and muskrats and ducks and fish and reptiles and amphibians. The wolves killed coyotes, and as a result of that, the number of rabbits and mice began to rise, which meant more hawks, more weasels, more foxes, more badgers. Ravens and bald eagles came down to feed on the carrion that the wolves had left. Bears fed on it too, and their population began to rise as well, partly also because there were more berries growing on the regenerating shrubs. And the bears reinforced the impact of the wolves by killing some of the calves of the deer. But here's where it gets really interesting. The wolves changed the behavior of the rivers. They began to meander less. There was less erosion. The channels narrowed. More pools formed. More riffle sections, all of which were great for wildlife habitats. The rivers changed in response to the wolves. And the reason was that the regenerating forests stabilized the banks so that they collapsed less often, so that the rivers became more fixed in their course. Similarly, by driving the deer out of some places and the vegetation recovering on the valley sides, there was less soil erosion because the vegetation stabilized that as well. So the wolves, small in number, transformed not just the ecosystem of the Yellowstone National Park, this huge area of land, but also its physical geography.
Wasn't that amazing? Are you guys ready to meet some wolves? Alrighty then, the first one coming out is our lone wolf. Please welcome Phoenix. Yes, say hello to 4-year-old Phoenix. Now Phoenix being the lone wolf, that means he got kicked out of the pack. Sounds a little sad, I know, but let me tell you his story. First off, we recently lost our alpha male and female. They were 20 years old, and they had been the leaders of this pack for 17 of those 20 years. So right now this group has no leadership, and that's not a good place to be. With wolves, you need that alpha male and female. They're the boss, the leaders. They're responsible for the pack, taking care of them, guiding them, teaching them. That's their job. So we're waiting. I thought that this guy was going to step into that position. He was very close with our alpha female for the last 2 years. And I saw all those behaviors coming out, but guess what I learned? It's not the boys that decide. It's the girls. And one of our young females said, no, he's not the one. And she actually got the rest of the pack together, and they kicked him out. So we have to wait for her to decide who she wants as a mate, and that will be the alpha male. She's a little bit young, so it's probably going to take a little time. Meanwhile, I hope not too long. You know, wolves are one of only 3 species of animal in the whole world that care for the elderly. That's right. If there's an older one that can't hunt, the others will bring food back for him. If there's one that's sick, they'll take care of him. They're amazing. They deserve our respect, and right now they need our help. Once again, they've been taken off the protected list, and that's not such a good thing. Now let's hear it for Phoenix. He's up there begging for treats and wanting to hear your applause. Let's hear it for Phoenix. Yes, he's a beauty, even if he's not the alpha. That's okay. Now we all know that wolves live in a pack. There could be anywhere from 5 up to as many as 20 wolves in any one group. The amazing thing is, within that pack, only the alpha male and female will mate and have young. And when the babies are born, the whole pack joins in caring for them. Even to the point that some of the other females will actually start to lactate, if necessary, to care for them. Now when we got our first group of young ones, cubs, we didn't know how the pack was going to accept them. Well, our alpha female wanted nothing to do with them. She hadn't given birth to them. So for her, they were not part of the pack. But one of our other females did see the need, and she adopted them. Would you guys like to meet them? Come here.
Yeah.
You want to meet them?
Yeah.
All right, well, we're going to put Phoenix away because they don't like him. All right. Good. Over here. And here they come. Go ahead, guys. Out you go.
Oh, you can
Woo. And there they are. Yes, do they look like babies?
Yeah.
Well, they're not. These guys are actually full grown at this point.
I knew he's bigger than that.
But you know, wolves do take a long time to fully mature. They grow physically real fast the first year, and that's for survival. They've got to be able to keep up with the pack. Big one.
Oh.
But mentally, that's another thing. It does take quite a lot longer, about 5 years. Now what we've got here is one little female, this one here in the front. Her name is Star, and her brothers, Timber and Lobo. Star does like to jump. She's gonna wind up, go for a big one. Good job, let's hear it for Star, huh? Thank you, Star. That was great. Really, I'm just playing with these guys, finding out what their personalities are, their abilities. You know, animals like people are all different. So we try them out on different behaviors to see how they're going to fit in with us. Now that was pretty simple. Just a little jumping. Let's try something a little bit more difficult. We call it rolling out the barrel. Now we show our animals behaviors like this for their enrichment. You know, it's a challenge for them to do these different things. And that's good for their body, but especially for their mind. You ready? There you go. Okay, I'm going to help you. It's a little bumpy out here. Okay, there you go. Now that's Timber on top. Take it away, Timber. Stay up there. Stay up there. Okay. Take it back the other way. You got it. All the way back. By yourself. Good job. Let's hear it for Timber. Woo, good job. And then we have little, oops. Romero, there's a piece out there. Oh, they got it. Never mind. And then we've got little Lobo here somewhere. Lobo, where are you? Yes, isn't he cute?
Yeah.
Don't you guys think he's cute?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a good thing because he does nothing. That's it, he's just cute. But that's all right, we love him anyway. Come down, you get down. Good job. You know, wolves have more teeth than a domestic dog, and their jaw strength or pressure is twice that of a pit bull. They have about 1,500 pounds of pressure in that jaw. And that, of course, is one of the reasons that they are such efficient hunters. Now we're going to try one more thing with these guys. We call it the wolf playground, because you don't train wolves. They're not like a dog. They have a totally different mentality, way of thinking. So we have to find things that they want to do, and then we hope that they'll do it when we ask them. Believe me, it doesn't always work just the way we have it planned, but that's when the treats come in handy, right? Yes, it's called positive reinforcement. We ask them to do a behavior, and they get a treat. In their case, it's raw meat. And these guys eat about 5 pounds of raw meat every day. And that's each one of them.
For newbie.
So you know what our grocery bill is. I guess we had to do that a different way. Thank you, Timber. That's great. That's good. You can stop now, Bo. Oh my gosh. Sometimes we have a little too much fun out here at the playground. Maybe if you guys would give him a really big round of applause, huh? You know that he can stop. Good job. And away they go. Out you go. Well, you met our lone wolf, and you met these guys.
Yeah.
Is my mic going in and out? Well, the next group to come out are definitely youngsters. They're all just about a year old, so they're almost still considered to be a cub. And they've only been out here in front of an audience a few times. What does that mean? I really have no idea what they might do. Are you sure you want to meet them?
Yeah.
Alrighty then. I'll send them out and we'll see what happens. In you go, guys. Good, good. A little sneaky, but good. Get in, get in, get in.
my hand is going numb.
I believe it. Frozen. It keeps twitching.
Alrighty. And here they come. Up you go.
Okay.
Oh, no.
And there they are. Yes, what do you think of these guys?
Oh, they're gorgeous.
Yes, well, first let me tell you that wolves come in all different shapes, sizes, colors. Some you wouldn't even recognize as a wolf. They go from a 40-pound red wolf up to a 250-pound Alaskan gray, and everything in between. It all depends on the type of wolf they are, where they come from in the world. As I mentioned before, wolves are on every continent with the exception of Antarctica. Yes. So and they have to have different makeups in order to live in those other areas of the world. Now the first ones you met were Eastern Timber. What we have out here right now are two females, the little black one, this one here, are Western Timber. The Western Timber get much bigger than the Eastern Timbers. And these guys are not full grown yet. Remember, they're less than a year old. They've got about 3 more years of growing to go.
Wow.
The little black one there, she was born that color, she'll stay that color. She's a very rare black-faced Western Timber. And she's also the one, I believe, is going to be our new alpha female. She's the one that kicked poor Phoenix out of the pack. The other two guys are males.
Grass
They're
eater.
British Columbian wolves, Canadian wolves. And they're going to grow up to be about 175 pounds. They're going to be big boys. Any of our wild animals, the farther north they come from, the bigger they get. And that's so they can deal with those conditions. The weather, the climate, those type of things, the conditions that they have to hunt under. Now, these blonde ones were not born that color. They were born a dark brown like most wolf cubs are. And then they changed at about 3 weeks when they came out of the den. They changed to this lovely blonde color for camouflage. They needed to blend in with their surroundings. They're going to change again though. If you look at this guy here, that's Klondike. Klondike, hey, Klondike, come over here. You'll see that there's a darker undercoat coming in. They're going to be gray also, but they're going to be a silver gray. Not that brownish gray like the Eastern Timbers. Check out their characteristics. Look at those long, well, first look at those little rounded ears. That's so on those cold winter nights, the tips of them won't freeze off. The long snout for getting into the foxholes, the rabbit holes. They love white-tailed rabbit. The yellow golden eyes. And of course the long legs and big feet. If you look at a wolf's foot up close, you'll see that the 2 center toes are quite a lot longer than the others. And that gives them a little better traction when they are out there on the hunt. And wolves in their pack form can easily take down deer, elk, even a buffalo. They are tremendous hunters. Now we're going to see if we can get these guys up on the pedestal here. It's one of the first things that we show them. Remember, these are all youngsters. It's kind of like dealing with toddlers. Let's go. Come on, Juno. Go ahead. Juno. Let's go. Klondike, where are you? Get up there. Everybody in your places here. Klondike, all the way up. Klondike. And they did it. Let's hear it for these youngsters here. Yes, good job. Now I'm going to give them a treat, but they've got to be in their right place, and that tends to be a issue sometimes as well. Get over there. Get up on top. Here's for Raven. Here's for Jubilee. Over here. No, what are you doing down here? Jubilee. Get back up there. We got Juno.
That's Antsy.
And then we've
Antsy.
got
I've seen that
Klondike.
before.
Stay up there. No. Get back up there. Get back up there. Go on. No. 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 Get up there. Go on. Go on. Up here. And for Klondike. Good job. Let's hear it one more time for these beauties. Aren't they gorgeous? Yes. Now we do have one last behavior to show you here, but I want to let you know that right after the show, we're going to open up the gates. If you'd like to come inside, see all, go into the den, see all the wolves up close. You can take pictures in there. We do ask $1 a person for that opportunity. Also, I'm going to bring Phoenix back out, our lone wolf, for what we call a mini wolf encounter. He'll come in, sit down on the pedestal here, and he'll come over and say hello to you. You can take a picture with him. You'll get to touch him a little bit. That's $5. Meanwhile, let's try another behavior here and see how that goes. This is a brand new behavior that we just started. He's going to walk up this ramp. Oh, go on now. And go across those 2 little pipes you see up there. Looks like everybody's going to try up there. You get down. You're not going to do it. Go down. Whoa. You're going to have a problem now. Get down. Klondike, you don't do that. So why don't you go down while you still can? Go on. Get down. Klondike, get down. There you go. Whoops. There you go. Juno does this. Good job, Juno. Let's hear it for Juno. Thank you, Juno. And thank you for watching our show. Standing out here in the cold, we hope you enjoyed the animals. Most of all, we hope you learned that we share the planet Earth with all forms of life. Have a great night here at the fair. May God bless you and God bless America. Thank you. Now, if you want to go in for the walkthrough, you're going to line up over here by the souvenir tent. If you want to do the encounter, you'll be coming in on this side over here. And I'll be back in just a minute. And of course, if you have questions, that's what we're here for.
Do the encounter?
I'll be right back. Viable animals.
It was.
Wolves are not pets. That's the bottom line.
He is like the best dog we've ever had, though. There we go.
They crossbreed them like that to make it legal to sell them as a pet.
Yeah, and this was from New Mexico, and we got him for free, and it was just sad. No, they're stinky dogs. Oh, you're such a sweet baby.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
That's so
Alrighty,
adorable.
they're beautiful.
Thanks for filming. I hope you got some.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bye, buddy.
Come on in, whoever's next.